Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Broncos Avenue Podcast. I'm your host, Amir, with my coach, Jordan. Today, with a very special guest, we have another Broncos safety on today. We have PJ Locke, Denver Broncos safety, been here for 3 years, wears the number 6. Absolutely hard number to wear. I think that's an amazing number to wear. Number 6 goes for the Tutties. But yeah, we have PJ Locke on today. Super excited to have you on today, man. How are you doing?
Well, I'm good, man. Just enjoying some time off. Well, I actually just started training again, but just enjoying the off season for the most part, having more time with the fam a little bit. So, yeah, I always enjoy off time, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Glad to hear you're doing good, man.
yeah, PJ, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of crazy that I'm talking to you. I remember, watching like your highlights when you were coming on and off the practice squad a little bit, and I'm like, it's like every time you came in the game, man, you just played hard and you made plays. I'm like, man, this guy got to be on the team. Like he has to be a constant player in the rotation. And I'm glad that this season, they gave you the opportunity, man. You balled out.
Oh, no doubt, man. I appreciate it. It's a process to everything. So, just kind of trusting the process, bro. Still doing it too. So.
Yeah, really excited for this one today. You have a really, really cool story. I was looking into that last night. I'm really excited for you to share that. But just for all the viewers out there, just to give a quick little background. Obviously, you've been here 3 years with the Broncos from 2020 to 2022. Last year, you posted career highs in 16 games played in almost every stat category they could possibly do that. You had the most PBUs of your career, most forced fumbles, the most tackles for loss. You played here in 47 games. You've had over 1,000 snaps on special teams. Just a very key contributor in that phase of the game for the Denver Broncos. You bring great sustainability to the team. You like nearly never miss any time for the Broncos. Something that we love here dearly. Considering it's been a rough go of the ways for the Broncos in terms of availability on the field and injuries. It's been very, very unlucky and unfortunate for the Broncos over time. Obviously, we got some news yesterday. The Broncos are bringing in a new head athletic trainer over there from LSU and the New Orleans Saints and Bo Lowry. Super excited for that, and him working with guys like you and the guys in defense and offense as well. But yeah, super excited to kick this thing one off. I know you wore number 6 here. You switched number 6 here in Denver. You wore number 11 at Texas. My two favorite numbers. Just thought that was really funny. My birthday's my birthday's November 6th. The best numbers to wear. I think that's awesome. Obviously a match. Definitely a good match to be here on the podcast. I also saw it was your birthday 2 weeks ago on February 12th. Happy belated 26, man.
Yeah, happy belated birthday,
that.
man.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I had to make that switch. I mean, everybody's asking me like, why did you switch from 37 to 6? I was like, if you had 37, when you switch to?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, six like the best number to wear. It looks hard on any DB or wide receiver.
Yeah, it's definitely growing on me right now. So
yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in a little bit to how your NFL career is taken off in a sense. Obviously, you signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers as an undrafted free agent coming out of Texas. In 2019, after your little short with them stint with them, you went ahead and was drafted by the Tampa Bay Vipers of the XFL. But I want to kind of get your whole thoughts and just kind of share what happened from top to bottom. There's a whole apparent technological issue with apparently the iPad they're using to sign the contract with the Vipers of the XFL, which eventually then led to you, joining the Broncos for a practice squad tryout. I just want to hear your whole thoughts behind that. I think that's absolutely insane. I just want to hear what you have to say about that from the beginning of the process.
Yeah, man. So, after I got cut from Pittsburgh and, I was under the impression that I was going to be on practice squad in Pittsburgh and, everybody was coming in. This is like right after the last preseason game, and I had a great game, and everybody's going in to sign their practice squad contracts, and I was like the first one in there because they had already told me like, yeah, you're gonna be on practice squad. We're gonna put you on practice squad, whatever. So yeah, I'm like the first one into the building, and I see people coming in, going right back out. Then I see people with luggages going in, coming back out, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, yo, what's taking so long? Like, and it was like, yeah, there's some moves that's gonna go down, and it looks like we're gonna have a spot for you. And I literally legit was in there probably for about an hour and a half. And then one of the coaches came back out and he was like, yeah, man, it looks like we won't have any spots open. And I'm just like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? So I ended up taking that long flight home, man. It was miserable. So I was at home for a good 3 months, I would say, 2.5, 3 months. And I got put in the little draft pool, got drafted to the XFL, the Tampa Bay Vipers, and ended up flying out there, and uh, it was like a long line of people signing contracts. And now, if you sign a contract, like they own your rights. You can't go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You have to wait to end the season.
Yeah.
So I'm literally like the 20th person in line or something like that. I finally get to the front. It's like maybe two or three people ahead of me, and iPad just crashes. And I swear, like 5 minutes later, I get a text from my agent. It's like, hey, man, you got to work out the Colts or the Broncos. So I'm like, yo, I got to make a decision. Like, I need this money like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, me going to the workouts doesn't guarantee me signing a contract.
Yeah.
They can just put you on a future deal, whatever. And I mean, at some point, I called like some of my closest family members, and I had talks with them, and I just came to the conclusion. I was like, you know what, F it. Like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to the NFL or whatever. I'm gonna go to these workouts. And whatever happens, happens. So go to the coach workout at first, and they was like, yeah, man, we're gonna give you a call back. It was a great workout. We probably gonna sign you to a futures deal, which is like around this time, it's November. The futures deal don't come until January, and you don't start really getting paid until OTA time. So it's just like this huge gap of me not making any money, or I have to find a way to make money. So I was just, I was kind of devastated after that. I'm just like, dang, man, like I've been working out and all this, and just for them to tell me, they're gonna sign me a futures deal and I won't get paid. So anyway, went to the Broncos workout probably like a week later, and had a great workout there. And they was like, yeah, we're gonna sign you to a futures deal, and I'm just like, dang, bro. And so around that time, I started to work with my dad on like real estate and stuff like that. So I was making money for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then I get a call. Actually, when my wife was graduating from college, she's my girlfriend at the time, at least. But I drove up to Dallas, and what's crazy is I had just finished reading this book, and it's like a very, very spiritual book. I just finished reading it, right? And I'm end up driving back home from her graduation, and I got a call from my agent. It's like, hey, the Broncos want to sign your practice squad. So I was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was the last 2 weeks of the season. Last 2 weeks of the season, man. And yeah, from that point on, man, just I've been a Bronco ever since.
Wow,
That's
that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, man. But as Amir said, you've been on the Broncos for about 3 years. You've seen a lot of coaches come and go. Do you think that this coaching staff is gonna really impact and change the culture here in Denver?
Yeah, I mean, like you have no choice but to believe it. It's Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's been there and done it before. Multiple times. And on top of that, is like at the end of the day, we still got to go out there and play. But I feel like he's gonna put us in the best position to do so.
Yeah, I don't even want to stop talking about that whole, situation with the Broncos and what happened. That's it, dude. 5 minutes later, like we can sit here
That's a
and
sign, man.
speculate about everything, but that's the
Exactly.
man above, man. That's the man above.
Yeah.
Like
Promise you.
that's insane. The whole, spiritual book and the iPad just crashing, 2 people before you get there. That's insane.
Oh,
That
100%,
I've never
bro.
heard a story about that, bro.
100%, man. So yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, I'm still standing, man. Still standing.
Yeah, just great. I'm just really happy it worked out for you to be here with the Broncos. Obviously, key contributor on special teams, but I really do believe that you have a really solid set and plan future here at Denver for the safety position here in Denver. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a little bit your whole mindset going into that tryout for the Broncos after all that adversity that you had to go through, the whole XFL, the long flight home. Just not really knowing when the next time you're going to be, potentially, be, dedicated to your dream or just, be on the path to your dream, of the NFL. So, what was kind of your mindset going to that tryout for the Broncos after you received that call? And once you got the news, eventually that you were going to be on the Broncos practice squad, was it more of a sense of relief or of a sense of urgency to, say, I got to make it here in the pros, one way or another?
Well, man, what's crazy is I'm gonna go back to like my draft day, right?
Okay.
I went undrafted, and literally like it took me 4 days to sign with a team. At the time, like after the draft party, or I had an offer like a mini camp invite with the Dolphins. So
Mm-hmm.
I've even going undrafted and having this mini camp invite, I never lost faith. I never felt like I would ever go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I always had that. I always knew I would be in the NFL at the end of the day. Like, I don't know how the path was going to take me, but I knew I was going to end up back in the NFL some type of way. So I signed with Pittsburgh, and I had the little short stint, and I was like, this is not it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm losing hope. I still felt like, man, my time in the NFL is to be in there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
going into that workout, man, my footwork is, I always felt like I had some of the best footwork. So going into the workout, I was never worried about anything. I was like, man, all these teams need to do is work me out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna find out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think I just thank the Broncos for giving me the opportunity to work out and have the workout. And I just knew like once I get the right person in front of me and watching my footwork and stuff, I was gonna be fine. So I ended up being fine like 2 weeks later. And so after the practice squad, I knew practice squad was never my goal. My ending goal obviously is to be on a 53. So I was a little heavy then, just coming from college, because our strength conditioning coach in college was real big on safeties being pretty swole, and that type of stuff. So I was pretty big. I was like 210, 215. And so when I went to practice squad and I seen all these dudes on the roster, and they were just like, everybody was light. You know what I'm saying? That was way lighter than me and stuff like that. I could still run, but I wasn't able to move as fluid, at that weight. So I ended up, after those 2 weeks of practice squad, I ended up when off season came, I ended up dropping weight. You know what I'm saying? Changing my whole body type. I ended up playing around 200, and it just did wonders for me. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, I just had a chip on my shoulder. And honestly, I still do. Because obviously I'm hunting for that safety position. So, yeah.
Yeah, you were just talking about the draft process, and I was gonna ask you, about that chip you had on your shoulder. Just being undrafted, some guys we talk to, who's been undrafted, say, you just come in there different, and you just want to outperform everybody at your position. So just like you talk about like when you got to Denver, you had guys ahead of you, and just like talk about how just your fear factor was. You just going in there, you just want to dominate.
Well, I mean, like I never just looked at the roster and been like, yeah, I gotta beat this dude out. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, you'll be surprised how a locker room is. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like nobody really talks about their spots and that like that. It kind of like just gradually happens. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A person becomes a starter, a person just moving up in the depth chart. So I was never really worried about anybody else, man. I was just worried about being the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? I set goals for myself. I don't know if y'all saw a contract that I posted about going to the NFL. I made this contract probably back in 2011. So I was in middle
Okay.
school when people thought I was crazy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because I had a contract saying I wanted to go to the NFL. So,
That's awesome.
after I accomplished that goal, I made another contract. I'm not gonna speak on that contract right now, but I look at that contract, that motivates me every single day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really comparing myself to nobody, man. I'm trying to be the best version of me, because, you know, comparing myself to a person that, might not have the same skill set as me, or I might not have the same skill set as them, is really just doing myself a disservice. You know what I'm saying? Because God made everybody in certain ways. So I'm just gonna perfect the things that I know that I do well, and the stuff that I do that I don't do as well. So I mean, whatever that comes to, I feel like if my desires aligns with God's, then I'm good. At the end of the day. So that's kind of how I kind of approach that situation, bro.
Yeah, that's really all you
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
Focusing more on yourself is what's going to help you, develop your technique and become the best version of yourself, just like you said. So yeah, I want to talk about And then obviously one of the biggest plays of your young career, obviously last year, the play against the 49ers, the forced fumble under the brightest lights in the world on Sunday Night Football, all of Broncos country, one of the biggest defensive games we've seen in a long time for Broncos fans. That was just the perfect way to end a defensive game, peanut punching that ball right out of Jeff Wilson's hands. Obviously, I know myself, I was screaming when that happened. Obviously, a huge play under, like I said, some of the biggest, brightest lights in the world. How did it feel to get a play that big and that, that atmosphere of a game against a team that, eventually was competing for a Super Bowl down the road?
Man, honestly, it felt great because I don't think I ever I ever punched the ball out. Like I might have hit somebody and the ball came out or accidentally hit the ball, but I like literally, I was thinking about this play. Like I saw the ball, I thought about punching it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And during that game, I had like 2 other opportunities to like punch the ball out. And I never did. I just went back to sideline. I was like, dang, that was an op right there. I could have like just punched the ball out. One was on special teams and the one was another one. I think Jeff Wilson might have caught the ball out of the backfield and I got ready to, square up and tackle him. I slipped and he ended up running past me and I came back and tackled him. I could have punched the ball out then. And so I don't know, it was just this opportunity. The opportunity presented itself a third time, and I took advantage of it. But, but yeah, it was. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that something you want to kind of add to your tool belt for the next few seasons here in Denver?
100%. Yeah, I'm working on that right now in the offseason as we speak.
Awesome.
So I added that to my tool belt for sure. If you can find ways, create takeaways, just because interceptions don't always come. So just finding different ways to create those turnovers. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, that game was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It felt so good seeing you make a play in that moment because like it's just your journey is so crazy. Like the practice squad, you just been in and out of games and stuff like that, and for you to just make a play in that magnitude against a team like the 49ers, man, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, man, it felt great, man. It felt great, 100%.
Yes, speaking about your big plays, stuff like that. Can you give us a moment, that was like your welcome to the NFL moment?
Oh. This had to be my first year. Let me see. We played the Raiders. This was 2020 season, I believe, and I was running down on kickoff. I think I was the L5, I want to say, and running down on kickoff, and we kicked the ball. I'm L5. We kicked the ball to the right corner, right, and so I'm running down, and I'm like looking to my right. And there's like a left tackle. This dude was like 6'4", had to be like 250 or something like that. He's like the left tackle on the opposite end of where I'm looking. And he wraps around and squares me up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not looking, I'm looking this way. And I just feel myself come off my feet. You know what I'm saying? I get lifted off my feet. And I end up on my back. And that had to be the time I had to get up the fastest in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, like when you get hit like that, it's like they kind of jump down on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Try to pin you down.
I got up so fast, and I look back, I'm like, God damn. From that point on, I'm running down on kickoff. I'm just like this. From that point on, like I cannot get caught lacking like that again, man. That shit is crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, man. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. And then like it's crazy because like we always watch when we play the Raiders twice a year, right? So it's like the play still comes back up when like we kind of like game filming and stuff like that. They bringing up old plays and just kind of like looking at their scheme, and they always kind of like bring the play up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, this good play right here. So yeah, man, that was definitely the moment right there, man.
Yeah, those games with the Raiders get a bit physical, as everybody can tell for sure. Yeah. Obviously, you being a DB here for the Broncos, who, as you want to kind of mold into eventually a key contributor at the safety position for the Broncos, who are some DBs you try to model your game after, whether it's all time that you look up to or guys that are still active in the league right now?
I feel like my stuff kind of changes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because the game continually changes. And then you also I started to look at like who plays in our type of system. The last 3 years have been in the same type of system for the most part, as far as scheme. So kind of look at it in that standpoint too. So my guys would be can't think right now. Quandre Diggs, that's one of them. Obviously Justin, in the sense of his ability to make plays on the ball and like how smart he is, his IQ of the game. Kareem Jackson also, like he's been in the league for a long time. It's something that's keeping him in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's his IQ of the game, his availability. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get hurt. He's just a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I can really take from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then people that's like old school, I would say like Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu, because they find ways to get the ball in their hands. And I personally think what I'm changing this year is just like in the off season, I'm going to start watching like NFL takeaways. You know what I'm saying? And I think once you resonate in your brain, it's just something that wires in your brain. I feel like if you watching takeaways like all off season, then you just like you start to get a knack. Something just wires, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try it out and see if it's like actually real. Because I would say before that 49ers game, I didn't realize it then, but I was watching all type of takeaway film, you know what I'm saying, before that game. And I ended up getting a big takeaway. But I didn't do it the rest of the season like that. But I'm just kind of like just brainstorming throughout the whole season. I'm just like, what did I do in this game, or different, how did I approach the week all year, And I just realized, I was like, man, I did watch a lot of takeaway film that week. So I'm going to try it out and kind of see if like it'll put the ball in my hands more or something like that. So I don't know. It's just something, just spiritual stuff. I don't know.
No, that's dope, man. But kind of staying on that topic, could you give me, in your opinion, your top 5 safeties in the league right now? And then who is your personal favorite DB of all time?
Oh, man, that's tough. Put me in a spot. Safeties. Let me see. I'm going to go Jay Sims. This is not order. I'm going to go Jay Sims. I'm going to go Quandre Diggs. I'm going to go Minka Fitzpatrick. I'm going to say Derwin James. And, oh, man, probably Javon Holland.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
He can go. He can go for real. Yeah. So that's, I don't know who y'all think. Who y'all got?
For me, I mean, I've always said I thought Justin Simmons was the best safety. I just think his ball hawking skills is next level, IQ, vision of the field. I would go in no order. Like after Justin Simmons, I got him at 1. Derwin, Minka. I would probably say, who is tough? So when you think about it,
I think Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates.
Yes,
is
I forgot. Yeah, Jesse Bates. I kind of put him towards 5. I feel like I'm missing one guy. I can't think of it. I can't think of him. I'll go Javon Holland. Yeah, I go Javon Holland. Yeah, because I mean his speed, like he just he just fly off the screen, man. Like he do a lot of stuff right.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I said Diggs because you know what I'm saying. First of all, he went to Texas. Second of all, like he didn't have like 6 seasons back to back with like 3 interceptions. So it's just like nobody has really done that, probably besides Justin. So
what do you think about Jamal Adams? Because everybody loves to make the laughing stock out of him. Well, what do you think about? What do you take away from his game? And because he's virtually like almost a pass rusher, on the field at times. Well, what do you kind of think about him and his game?
To me, man, that goes. I think he can play. You know what I'm saying? And I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, I'm not comparing myself to somebody else because somebody else might not have a skill set that I have, or I might not have a skill set that they have. So I'm going to perfect. I'm going to hope that I'm in a position that I'm able to show my skill set. And that's what the Jets was doing, and that's what Seattle was doing. You know what I'm saying? They letting him rush. That's his game. That's his
Yeah.
game. Playing around the
Hybrid.
box. Not really saying he can't play in the back end, because he can, but he's around the box. That's when he's the most effective. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, man, I don't have no problem with it. I don't have no problem with it. So, I mean, he's making plays at the end of the day. He's helping his team out. So, I don't know. I don't know why he get a lot of backlash, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I always viewed him kind of as a hybrid safety. Like you said, likes to
Hmm.
play down in the box. He's a run, does a lot, makes a lot of plays in the run game, just lowers his shoulders a lot. And I think people just get on him because he's not the best cover safety, but I mean, he can still cover. I mean, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It just a lot of players get backlash for different reasons, but Jamal Adams can ball.
Yeah, man. If you got to do is been to the Pro Bowl and all this stuff. Like, hey, look, there's nothing you can say about this man. Like, everybody gonna have an opinion on what somebody can and can't do. Like, at the end of the day, this man is making plays. He signed a big contract. It's a reason behind it. Like, so come on, man.
Yeah. Two guys I will put like really close to my top 5 that I feel like are kind of underrated in a sense. I feel like Jalen Petrie and Andre Cisco, two guys down there in the
Oh
AFC South,
yeah,
are dogs. I love Andre
that
Cisco so much.
100, man. Both of them can go.
Yeah.
I didn't put Jalen in the top 5 just because he a rookie,
Yeah.
and got to do it again just to see if it's real. But nah,
Yeah.
he can go. He can go
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I thought about Petrie, but I was like, he just a rook. But like, I mean, the plays he make, I mean, he be flying. He reminds me somewhat of Justin, just because the way he just can ball hawk and just flies all around the field, makes plays,
Yeah,
even in the run game too. Yeah, he's a stud.
nah, he can go for sure. He'd definitely be top 5 before it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I want to go ahead and talk a little bit more. I know Jordan brought up coaches a little bit. I want to talk about the past DCs that you've had here in Denver. Obviously, I believe this is going to be your third defensive coordinator here in Denver.
mhm.
We had Kaden Stearns on the pod last night. We were chopping it up a little bit
Oh, my boy.
after. Yeah, afterwards he's saying lots of good stuff about you. We'll go ahead and jump into a little bit of that later on, but Vic Fangio, Ejiro, Evero, and then now Vance Joseph. What kind of impacted guys like Vic Fangio, who seems like he's the kind of the DC guru of the NFL? He just kind of takes bits and pieces from every scheme and just puts it together in a genius system. And then obviously an up and coming incredible defensive coordinator, in my opinion, probably one of the top 3 best DCs in football. Ejiro, Evero. What do you take from guys like them, and then also Christian Parker, who's gonna bring you some continuity on the coaching staff this year?
Hmm. Well, with Fangio, man, when I first came in the league, I had a lot to learn, because I feel like my IQ didn't really kind of stayed the same, kind of like my last 2 years in college. I feel like my sophomore year in college that I really started to learn the game, and then that coach had got fired, right? That was
Mhm.
Vance Bedford. That's one of my favorite DCs of all time. You know what I'm saying? So I got to leave, man. There was a lot I needed to learn, And when Fangio came, man, Fangio had a complex scheme, and the safeties had to make a lot of different calls. They had to understand where people were supposed to be. It was just a lot, man. On top of learning NFL concepts and NFL offensive concepts and stuff like that. So it was pretty tough, and I'm kind of grateful for it now, because like I needed that super tough time, of trying to learn the game and making my mistakes and stuff like that. Uh, for now, things like now, what I'm saying. I feel like my IQ has increased so much since then. You know what I'm saying, because I got guys in the room like Justin, you know what I'm saying, like K-Jack and all those guys. So uh, when Evero Fangio, I mean, he was a great DC. He was a great DC. He knew exactly what he was talking about and stuff we saw on film, and we probably might get caught in this defense when they run this play, and it came out to be like that. And same thing with Evero. I think Evero is like right under Fangio's tree. So they run the same defense. We had a lot of the same calls, and uh, it's a lot of carryover. And he just brought a different mindset of um, kind of like taking us under his wing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
he was more so the type of guy that if we felt like this during the game, it was like more new school stuff. If we felt like this during the game, we'll make these adjustments, cater catering to us. You know what I'm saying? So, because we the ones out there playing. But man, either way it go, man, it was just like it was a great scheme, man. Like you put the safeties, you put our knowledge together,
Yeah.
and basically went out there and we played our ass off, bro. Played our
Yeah.
ass off, and just within that scheme, you just learn so much within that scheme because it's different defenses. It's cover four, it's cover six, it's cover nine, it's fire zones, it's different type of fire zones, it's simulated pressures. Like it's a bunch of different things that you getting acclimated to. So I feel like when you get another like a DC like VJ, it's really gonna be a little bit of the same carryover. You know what I'm saying? Because we done ran everything we could possibly run.
Yeah, Kaden Stearns yesterday said that Evero was that his what he said, he said it was his personal favorite DC that he's ever had. And
Oh, he's
Oh,
his
for sure.
favorite coach he's ever
yeah,
played for.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. First coach he ever
Yeah.
played for, and just in my opinion on Evero, I think he's probably the second best. I give him the second best DC. You know, I put D'Amico, but he's a head coach now. But I think Evero is just. I think the philosophy of having as many as DBs as you can on the field in coverage, especially in today's game when a lot of teams like to run 5 wide and a lot of stuff like that, like bunch sets and stuff like that. I think the more DBs on the field and coverage. It's genius, and I think a lot of
Mhm.
teams should start doing that because look at Denver, man. You guys were just all over the place. It didn't really, just DBs and coverage, guys in the slot, cornerbacks and safeties guarding tight ends. It was
Mhm.
just, it worked.
Yeah, man. He was like just a mastermind at the stuff, man. It was just like he called plays at the right time. It was like it was crazy. He's definitely by far like one of my favorite DCs too. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to see him go. I really hated to
Yeah,
see him go because another year in his system would have been crazy. But that's just how
Yeah.
the NFL works. That's how the NFL works, man. But it was just I don't know, bro. It was just like a psychic. He knew exactly what was coming. It was crazy. It was
Yeah.
crazy, man. We made like the perfect adjustments during games. Even obviously you have like training camp, right? You got the training camp plays, and they said like training camp adjustments, right? And when you get to the season, it's like the base call that you have can be changed completely, just for a team because they run stuff this type of way. So you go into game week and you just like, yeah, we're gonna change the way we run this, and it's like the perfect way, and
Mhm.
it's wild, man. It's wild. So man, I know at some point he's gonna be a head coach somewhere and he's
Yeah,
gonna excel for real, because he's just
yeah,
that good.
yeah. Him and Sean Payton would have been the cheat code. I'm not gonna lie. If we
Oh
would able to
we
keep
Oh
them,
man.
you would have had
yeah
probably two of the top, skill positions, top
yeah
groups on both sides of the ball. I was really gunning for that, but I wish him the best in Carolina. Carolina's got a good defense too. He
oh
gonna have
yeah
them on point.
100%. Yeah, he'll be
He gonna,
fine. He'll be
yeah, he
fine.
gonna have them on
So
point.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we got Vance Joseph. So I think we're gonna be fine again though. I think we're gonna be fine again because I know he's gonna bring. I've never really. I don't know like his scheme and like what actually. I know I believe it's like 3-4, but
Yeah, it was.
uh yeah, I'm not sure like the type of plays we run. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same as a 3-4 scheme, but like I don't really know him as a person and not like that. I've never spoke to him,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Okay.
but I heard a lot of great things about him. So I'm super excited. Because it doesn't matter the coach at the end of the day. Well, it does matter, but you can't hold on to what you had last
Yeah.
year. Everybody brings
Yeah.
something different to the table, whether it's you know better or worse. But you're gonna be able to take something that you didn't know from the previous staff or previous coach, and put it in your toolbox. So I'm always excited for opportunities like that because that's just how life goes, bro.
Yeah.
And then what would you say about Christian Parker? The dude's only 29 years old and he's already
Yeah.
getting, nearly DC interviews. He got one here. So, well, what do you have to say about what he's done for you?
Yeah, he's definitely done a lot, man. I spent a lot of time with him, especially like when I was younger. He he has so much knowledge of the game, you know, and he's like very super quick on his feet. I don't know if y'all
Hmm.
know what I mean by that. It's just like he has an answer for everything. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be that young, you pretty much have an answer for everything, man. It's great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, when you're young, don't have that much experience, it's like it's some holes somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't really have many holes, man. He's, like I said, he's quick on his feet. You know, he don't stutter. He on point with everything. And
Mhm.
I think, you know, he might be 29, but I think he had a lot of different situations that forced him to be who he is today. You know what I'm saying? And I said I continue to take a lot from him. You know, I spent a lot of time with him, so I can better my game. And you know, like I said, he's the person to do it. So
Okay. Yeah, going off a little off topic here, just me myself, I'm a big Madden player. Like I play Madden a lot. In the locker room, I don't know if you guys are, big players on Madden, but if you are, is who would you say is the best Madden player on the team?
the best man player. Ooh, man, I really haven't seen a lot of people play Madden. You
For
know what
real?
I'm saying? Yeah. Cause we had a league,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Oh,
Oh,
for real?
When I say that, I lied. We had a league. It was like an online franchise. We had an online
Okay.
franchise, and we had a good amount in there. I feel like the best guys were uh, Lloyd Cushenberry,
Really?
uh,
That's crazy.
yeah, and Josh Johnson,
Oh,
mm.
wow.
and oh yeah, and Justin Sternard could play.
Ooh,
So, but yeah, uh, that's the three guys I'm gonna take because they was in that league with me, you know, and I got beat by every last one of them, so I wouldn't. But I can play though. I can play. Don't get me wrong. I can go. But you know they know all the different little cheesy plays and stuff like that. So yeah, if they watching this, yeah, I said it, cheese plays. So no, nobody want to play fair, play the regular stuff. They want to go, go TikTok some cheese plays and use them. So
yeah,
That's crazy.
we're gonna have Justin Sternod on here soon. I'll be sure to send him this clip.
oh please send it to him. He gonna get so mad. He gonna get so mad. All right, he
Oh,
can
that's
go. He can
great.
go a little bit. He can go a little bit.
Yeah. So going a little bit over to obviously this year you're gonna be a restricted free agent. The fans would love to have you back. I know me and Jordan would love to have you back
For sure.
here in 2023. Has there been any discussions yet between George and your agent? And do you anticipate being back here this season with the Broncos in orange and blue?
Yeah, definitely anticipate being back. I'm
Nice.
not sure if they spoke with each other, but I had a few conversations, and I definitely expect to be back. So hopefully that's what it is. But we'll see, man. Like I said, the NFL is so just the turnover is crazy. So anything can happen. I know y'all know we don't really have any draft picks, so we got to make a lot of cap
Yeah.
room. So it's just I don't know, man. It's gonna be a very, very interesting free agency this year, just off the
Yeah.
fact that we have 4 draft picks. So what they gonna do to probably get those draft picks back, or do they even care about the draft picks, or it's just I don't know. It's a lot. I feel like we
Yeah.
have. I feel like if you look on paper, man, we had a roster to do anything we want to.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But I think last year was just it was just a weird year, man. It was just a weird year. I feel like you start off the year and it's looking like so much upside. In one of those games, just beating the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of upside. And then everything just seemed like it just went down a drain. And each and every week it was just like, man, there's no way it's gonna be like this again. Didn't really score any points and stuff like that. It was just like, man, no way it's gonna be like we got to rust back there. Like this, it's a fluke. It's a fluke. It's got to be. We got to start. Getting the team rolling. And towards the end of the year, it was just the same thing over and over again. We just look back like, what is going on? Something isn't right. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, we're able to fill those holes and whatever it is that we possibly have to do to
Yeah.
just get over these humps because we had so many close games that we could have won. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah, speaking about that, everybody had high expectations, and things just didn't go the way it was supposed to. I mean,
Mhm.
the roster's still loaded. It was really loaded going into the season, and one of the few bright spots was obviously Pat Surtain. If you can kind of tell us, quick little story about Patrick Surtain or something like that just stood out to you and just showed like how good of a corner he is.
Oh, I thought y'all were gonna tell me like what y'all see, what y'all see on the field is that's Pat in the lights. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, Pat's a funny dude. It's a funny dude, man. Just he
I saw
different.
his TikTok the other day. He was doing a dance to an Ice Spice song, and I
Yeah,
was like,
man.
"What is
He
this
got
man
a
doing, bro?"
yeah. Pat got a old soul, man. You would think Pat like one of your uncles or something like that. Just the way the type of music he be listening to, and just how he operates. He'll be in meetings. You got like we say he got narcolepsy. You know what I'm saying? Because he can fall asleep anywhere. Like it's
Really?
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. And yeah, well, we just got a super close DB group, man. Everybody's just funny in their own way. But anyway, but Pat, man, you can just tell with him, it's like he was born to be a DB. That's the
Yeah.
best way I can put it. Just like he brings great size, he brings great speed, great footwork. He's a freaking technician. You know what I'm saying? Like he hones on his craft like I've never seen anybody done before. Like at his age, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it shows on the field. It shows on the field. So like I would not. It's a huge comment to make, but I would not be surprised if this dude is like he becomes like one of the best DBs to ever play the game of football. You know what
Oh,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah.
Because he like it's for him to be that young and be that so technically sound. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like everybody has a hard time with this man. Everybody. Like it's wild. It's wild, but yeah, man. He a different type of dude.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to know that we have the best corner in football by
Yeah.
far.
I
Yeah.
think
It's
he is too.
it's really cool. Yeah. So obviously, I know I brought up a little bit about Kaden Stearns. Obviously, you're a guy there from Texas. You guys played
Yeah.
a little bit together there in UT. But we after we ended the podcast yesterday, he's such a chill dude. We talked for like minutes on end for a while, and he was talking a little bit about you, and we we're talking a little bit about how we're gonna have you on today. And he was talking about how you actually played a big piece and factor into actually the Broncos drafting him there in the
Hmm.
late rounds. And he kind of was talking about how you're an advocate to the Broncos coaching staff in the front office and kind of letting them know, like, you guys got to take this guy. He's kind of fallen. What can you kind of take us behind that process and when you saw him falling down the boards and what was going through your mind? And then eventually after they took him, how did it feel to reunite with your guy from Texas here in Denver?
Yeah, well, first of all, man, like when Kaden first came to Texas, man, I just knew what type of skill set he had. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say he was going to LSU before he came to
Yeah, he
Texas,
Yeah.
was.
and I got him to come over to Texas. Along with some other
Wow.
guys, but yeah, I got him to come to Texas, and I knew what type of skill set he had. And I just remember I tell him this all the time. I was like, bro, remember the play that you made on the other side of we was in practice, right? And he had just like his first practice in college, and I was on the sideline. I was with the starters, and he kind of trying to work his way up. And
Hmm.
I just remember on the opposite, he was like the left safety. I'm like on the right side of the field, like I'm off the field basically, and he's like on the far opposite end. And it was like I'm not sure what they threw. I don't know if it was like a go ball on that side or it was a post. I don't think it was a post. I really think it was a go ball or a corner route, something like that. And I just remember him like making like this acrobatic catch and picking the ball off. And I was like, oh, I said, oh yeah, he different. I remember that like it was yesterday. I just can't remember the type of route. It was either a go ball or corner route. And he made like an acrobatic catch. And it was like, I was like, oh shit, he's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And and so yeah, from that point on, like he ended up working his way in the roster, ended up starting and I don't know if you've seen like his freshman highlights. I mean, he went crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But
The best in the country.
yeah, but uh, I remember like during the draft process though, like everybody was kind of telling him he had like character issues, and people were calling me and asking
Yeah,
like,
he
man, they say
said that.
yeah, he got character. I was like, character issues. I was like, no, he don't. I say one thing about him is I say if something not right, he gonna speak his mind about it. I say I feel like you would want somebody like that on your team though. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to have some lingering issues and nobody speaks about it. It's just, you're just building up this empire. Y'all trying to sweep it under the rug, and like next thing you know, you got a whole bunch of empires everywhere. Like he's gonna like
Yeah.
get it right there, then and there. Like you want somebody like that on your team. And so yeah, so during the draft process, during draft day actually, like I just seen him, man. He has early day talent, like first round, second round, whatever. He has that type of talent. Like I've seen it, and for him to go in the fifth round, I was like, nah, that ain't. Or I think he went the fifth, right? He went the fifth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fifth.
yeah, he went in the
Yeah,
fifth.
yeah. Yeah. I was like, man, whoever gets this man is a steal. But I used to
Mhm.
always talk to our DC, and I used to tell him, I'm like, hey, man, this is the dude right here. I'm trying to tell you. I say he reminds me of Justin. I
Man,
promise you, like,
said the
reminds
same
me of
thing.
Justin.
I said the same.
And like, they'll look at me like, Justin, like he's all pro. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all right now, that man, like IQ of the game, he remind me of Justin. And sure enough, they called me on draft day right before they drafted him. They called me. And it was like, yeah, we're gonna take him. And I was like, I knew y'all. If y'all didn't, y'all be stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I said it took y'all a while. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, we didn't know he was gonna be on the board still. So it
Yeah.
just makes sense. I was like, all right, go ahead, do it. So they end up announcing his name, and it was crazy. But it's crazy, man. He was so stressed out during the draft. I was like, brother, like I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I didn't get drafted, but look, it's gonna be some crazy stuff that's gonna happen. You're gonna be like, man, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or why? How did they'll call you and be like, yeah, we're gonna take you in this round, and they don't do it. You just like, yo, what is up with y'all? Like y'all just told me y'all gonna take me, and y'all went with something else. So I was like, bro, you're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff, and for him to fall in the fifth round, like that was crazy enough for me,
Yeah.
and him. But he was so stressed out. He was like laying out on the floor and just just contemplating life. And I'm just like, bro, like relax, bro. Like wherever you end up, you gonna be wherever you're supposed to be. At the end of the day. So I mean, yeah, that was one hell of an experience for me. And just to hear that phone call and him and going to the same team and I'm there already. So
Yeah.
it was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling him yesterday, like I do a mock draft for us. Like I do about 3 of them each draft. And I told him, I had us picking him in the third round because I think at the time we needed somewhat of a safety. And I looked up his highlights and I'm like, the way he was jumping and getting those interceptions, like on the sidelines and all of the
hey
block, I
man.
was like, bro, this dude plays just like Justin Simmons.
Yeah,
So
he can
like,
go.
so I think I can't remember who we drafted first, either him or Jamar Johnson.
No,
I think
y'all drafted Kaden first.
Yo, he
Mhm.
drafted
Well, we
Kaden
drafted Kaden
first.
first. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember like fifth round coming, and I'm thinking like fifth round. I'm not even thinking he's still on the board, and like ESPN's doing like top player available, and I see his name, and I'm like, he's still on the board in the fifth round. And
Yeah.
Denver got him, man. And I was just like, oh yeah, he gonna be a stud. And just that whole draft class has just been crazy. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
year he came in and stuff like that, and to get a steal like that in the fifth round is just, I don't know how
Who did
George
they
Payton did it.
who ended up drafting the third round? Was it
I think
who
it was
was it?
Barron.
Baron? Baron?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Van Brown
Baron
in the third
Browning.
round.
Yeah, he can go too.
Yeah.
He could definitely go too.
Yeah, Quinn
Yeah.
Miners, Baron Browning, third round. That
Yeah.
was really, really good back to back, picks in the
Yeah.
third round.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
that's honestly crazy though. The whole from even yesterday, the whole character thing. It's like that. Seriously, talking to Kaden yesterday was like talking to like someone I've been talking to a long time. It felt
Yeah.
like it was like the easiest thing. Like he was so damn honest, down to earth. Like,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's funny as
Sure.
hell too.
Hey, y'all don't even know the half, man. This
Oh
dude
yeah,
here is he's batshit crazy. That's what I always tell him. Yeah,
oh man.
he for sure down to earth, man. He for sure down to earth. Yeah, if you play video games, he's definitely want to play with too.
Oh yeah, he was talking
So
about yesterday. Him and his buddies, they joke around about the game being scripted because the NFL script writers.
Yeah.
oh my
He's
God.
funny, man.
Yeah, he's funny. But yeah, man. He's definitely gonna be one of the great safeties, upcoming safeties for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. All my boy got to do is stay healthy. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Tell my boy to drink some milk, get some vitamins. Be all right, my boy.
yeah,
Yep.
he already showing flashes, making
Hey,
play. Yeah.
that's all. It's all it is flashes. But I see it on the day-to-day basis at practice and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a different cat. He's a different cat too. Oh,
Yeah. From earlier when I asked you the question about your top 5 safeties, I don't think you gave me your favorite safety of all time.
oh, my favorite safety of all time. Let me see. Uh, it would probably be Earl Thomas.
Wow, that's
Earl
one I
Thomas.
wasn't expecting. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'd probably be Earl Thomas, man. Half of that is like me and Earl is like from the same area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 409, little area right there. He went to Texas. I went to Texas. He had a huge influence on that. But I feel like we got the same body type, and that's a person I was looking at for a long time. And then I found out we played in two different schemes, and then I kind of like went elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So as I started to evolve around the game a little bit, but yeah, man, he was a guy that I always always watched his game, always.
Okay.
So.
If you had to predict any Broncos player this year, one you kind of feels like going under the radar a little bit, who would you say is going to have just a big prove it statement year in 2023, is going to really shush the entire NFL by storm?
I don't think this guy's like under the radar, but my guy would be who's gonna like, hey, is he for real? Is Kaden? It's gonna be Kaden.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
gonna
like
be
that.
Kaden. Like I really and truly believe that. Before he got
Especially if he gets that starting job too. Especially if he becomes a starter.
before he went on injury reserve. Y'all seen the game he had.
Yeah,
Y'all seen it. Like all he gotta do is get comfortable.
yeah,
And hey, look, when he's
yeah.
comfortable in the scheme and in his gameplay, and he's not thinking, he's a dangerous dude. He's dangerous. So, and y'all saw it. Like I said, y'all saw it that last game. I think he was playing the Colts. Y'all saw it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's crazy that you brought that up. I brought it up to him yesterday about that game and about how Matt Ryan tested him twice, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like I'll gladly take those interceptions." I mean, he tested him, he threw the ball right at him twice. I was just like, "Dog."
Yeah, give me that. That's him.
Yeah.
All
In
day.
5 games last year, he had better stats than what he had in 15 the previous year.
Yeah.
So that just shows the kind of trajectory he's on.
Hey,
So it's pretty unbelievable.
hey, man, somebody gonna have to pay that, man. Somebody
sure.
gonna have to pay him
Yeah.
soon enough. Somebody gonna have to pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see that happen. Definitely excited. So.
So my final question for you today, it's just kind of a fun, give me question. Who is one teammate in the locker room that just has the craziest damn conspiracies where you just look at them and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, has there anybody kind of any crazy, just anybody, it doesn't even have to be a conspiracy, but like, have you heard just anything crazy in the locker room that starts a big controversy debate?
I'm trying to think. My guy, he's not with us no more, but my guy was Moody. Danny Moody.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. It was some of the craziest stuff ever. Like I don't want to like throw like any of the craziest stuff that I didn't heard from this man. But yo, I'm pretty sure like 95 to 98% of the team would agree with me with this man when it comes to he'll say some stuff, or we might be talking about something and he might go off the wall with it. He's like, what the hell are you talking about right now? Are you serious? Like, are you serious right now? Like he's definitely by far the biggest conspiracy theorist I've ever been around in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of somebody that's close to him. I don't think there's nobody that's close to him. You know what I'm saying? There's some other guys, but nobody compares to him at all. At all. Like yeah. I wish what did you ask Kaden the same question?
No, actually, I just asked him who's the funniest on the team. He said AP.
Man, yeah. It's out of AP in that situation. It's out of AP and Kareem Jackson for sure.
Yeah, so everybody, it's either Kareem Jackson, AP, or KJ Hamler every time I asked a player.
Yeah, man. Them two together in the same room because we went to Aspen, K-Jack and AP. Yeah, we went to Aspen, and it's like right after the season, and we went to like this little restaurant, and I'm just sitting like it's a bunch of us. It's like 18 of us, and we just sitting, talking at the table. We had two separate tables, like on opposite ends of the freaking restaurant, and it's like a chill restaurant. Like you know what I'm saying. They got some music playing, some jazz. Oh, I ain't gonna say jazz, but I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden we start hearing rap music, and I'm like, oh, they got to be throwing it on for us. We the only black people in here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, they got to be throwing it on for us. So I look at like the DJ booth, Kareem and AP in the DJ booth, and I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Like, and they got like some I forget. AP used to play the drums. He said he used to play the drums in church. So they got like these I forget. I don't know those things you be tapping on. I can't think right now.
Like the drumsticks or whatever. I'm not sure.
It's not the drumsticks. It's like I forget what they call, bro. I forget. Basically, he was using his hands to make the beats on it. It's like
you talking about the bongo drum?
Yeah. It's like 4 or 5 of them. He's sitting there like playing, and everybody looking at him, and everybody kind of making this movement like this, And so, they had to be some of the. I had to record all that, man. It had to be like the funnest night I've ever been to. I'm just like, like all these people just looking at us, and believe it or not, like everybody, they done had a couple drinks. Now I'm talking about with us, but I'm talking about everybody, in the restaurant and had some drinks and stuff like that, and they start like dancing with us, and I'm just like, oh my god, bro, like you leave it up to these two clowns to like pop it off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody just lit in here. But yeah, man, it was we had a time, but they kicked it off though. AP and KJ kicked it off.
Yeah, I got a little fun question for you too. Which player on the team would you love to go out like party with to the club with, and which player would you never like go out with? Like which player would you never go out and try to have fun with?
Garrett Bowles. That's my first one. It'll be my first one. Like, Bowles, I can't go there with you, dog. Like, I love you to death, Bowles, but nah, I can't do it. Can't be seen with you. But the person man, look, I can't name one person, but if my DP group, if we together, and we already do it though, you know what I'm saying? We'll go out like every Thursday, have like a DB dinner night, and every time we go, it's a time, you know what I'm saying? But the whole DB group, anytime we're together, it's a movie all the time. So
that's
awesome.
crazy. He said,
we grab it. I ain't gonna say, like people gravitate to our DB group so much that, like I said, we went to Aspen last year as a DB group, right? And so this year, people found out we was going to Aspen again, and they start coming along too. So we had some linebackers there, we had some of the D line there. Only defensive players though. Well, we had Latavius Murray. He's like our honorary DB. So he can't be coming to the dinners and stuff like that. So, but yeah, our DB group is by far the group I got to be with.
Yeah,
that's
all those DBs, man. We got to get you guys, here, here under contract here in Denver, 2023. Get you guys back together because you guys are awesome. All of you guys are just really entertaining. Hear stories from how Justin Simmons is hilarious. The PS2 is hilarious, and all you guys, Kaden, Stearns, you. We had Deshaun Williams on a few weeks ago as well. And he's talking about how like the DBs are just great to be around. It just goes around the whole team. Like it's just like contagious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when we had Deshaun Williams on, I asked him about trash talkers on the team, and he shocked me. He said that Justin Simmons was one of the guys who chirps a lot. So I don't know if you want to give us a story.
Ooh, hey, we call him Joel Osteen. I might get in trouble for that, but I don't care. I take the fine.
He said Joel Osteen.
We call him Joel Osteen because Jay is like super spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I say a man of God, he's like for real. Yeah. But it's like when he in mode, like he snaps. And so KJ started calling him Joel Osteen, so we all just took it to him. Man. Like he don't like that. Joel Osteen right there, man. Just
I get,
it's like
I
he
I
playing
get it.
both sides. He lukewarm.
Yeah, I get it, man. I'm from Houston, so like I know all about Joel Osteen, man. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. He act like a lukewarm Christian when he in that mode. Like, hey, bro, hey, look, God wouldn't like that. Stop all that. Oh yeah, bro. Hey man. Yeah, is that a shocker to y'all for real?
Nah, it is, man, because like because you see all the stuff he do, like you see him in the community, his foundation and everything like that, and you just hear the way he talks. So like I'm thinking like PS2 and K-Jack of the guys, be chirping that much. When he said Justin, I was like, Justin Simmons be chirping? It's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie, I would have never thought it.
Hey, yeah, but you mentioned PS2. PS2 don't talk like that.
Yeah, he told us he was
One
like,
probably only went talk to, but nah, he still. I feel like still when somebody talk, he really don't talk. He just like he like this, and when he do that, it's like, oh, don't mess with PS2 right now. Don't mess with him right now.
Deshaun was talking about he gets that look in his eye. It's over. You're getting strapped up the rest of the game.
Exactly. I'm telling you, it was like, man, you ain't hear him say this about you. He was like, who? What number? And he was like, he was a receiver. He was like, he would do just like that. He was like, that's it,
man. That's deadly. Yeah, this whole defense, DB room, and everybody on this defense. So it's incredible to watch, man. It's really funny. Obviously, from Justin Simmons to you to Kaden Stearns to all these guys, great hearing these stories. Anything else you want to add on before we go ahead and wrap up this episode?
Who do y'all feel like talks the most trash
on the defense or offense?
If you had a defense, if you had to guess.
I'm gonna go K-Jack. I'm not gonna lie. I think Kareem Jackson be chirping. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because
I feel like Draymond. I'm gonna go with Draymond.
Ooh, that's good too. That's a good one too.
I bet you he talks last smack.
I'm trying to think. Somebody be. Oh, y'all missing somebody. Y'all definitely missing somebody. That gotta talk the most. Y'all missing somebody.
Josie?
Man.
Josie Jewel? It's not?
Nah, just think a little bit harder. He didn't play a lot. He played, he was a starter, but he kept getting injured a little bit. But
who could
you gotta it's
Randy Gregory?
Y'all forget.
Randy Gregory, I'll just be like,
Lord Jesus, Randy.
Bro, I completely missed him, man. He seems like a mad trash talker.
Jesus Christ, I gotta put that boy on the leash because man, he got a temper on him.
I really want the NFL to like mic him up for like just one game, and I just want to hear him just go crazy.
They might get in trouble for that.
Yeah, and just imagine, I mean, it was another guy also that was there, but he got traded.
Chubb, I was really thinking about him. I know he talked mad trash.
Them two together. Hey, look, personal files everywhere about to start coming. You know what I'm saying? Because then you add K-Jack to the mix. K-Jack, he like to egg stuff on. That's the type of dude. He like to egg stuff on. Like he gonna be like, man, he gonna let him talk to you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like one of them type of dudes. You just like, come on, Jack. Come on, man. You gotta.
He be on instigator time.
Oh my God. Yeah, he definitely.
He missed the instigator.
On the field, outside of the, off the field, he instigating. He instigating for sure. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like we just had like the perfect combination. Like everybody brought their own little, their funny aspect. They're like serious and like I don't know, gameplay. Like I feel like we just had like the perfect match of defensive players. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like just co-mingled with everybody. Just went together, man. So I don't know, man. That's why I say it's like it was a weird year. It was a weird year, man. It's a weird year.
Yeah, hopefully I'm really, pulling for you to stay here in Denver this year, to, play a big part on that defense there at the safety spot. Really excited to see you play, obviously with that number 6 on your back, on your chest, dope number. Really hoping, really hoping you're back here, with those guys reuniting and just run it back this year and have a great year. Really hoping and pulling for you this year to have a great, phenomenal season.
Oh, for sure, man. I appreciate it. Hey, but you say you was in college. You say you was in your college doing my bad. I'm going
Yeah.
off subject again, but
No,
what
you good.
college?
I go to University of Houston.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I go
Oh,
to UH.
I'm from that area, like Beaumont. I'm from Beaumont,
Oh,
but
for real?
yeah, I'm from Beaumont, bro. Like I
Oh, that's
spend most of
tough.
my time in Houston. You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
I've
So
been in Houston. Yeah, I've been in Houston all my life. Man, Houston crazy. It's fun though, but like, yeah.
yeah, that's
Mm.
what's up. What part of Houston you from?
So majority of my life I lived in Missouri City, and then
Okay,
but like
Mo
yeah,
City.
Mo City. But my people wanted me to come here. I really wanted to go to Wichita State. That was like one of the really
Yeah,
schools that I wanted to go to. I got in, but they was like, nah, go ahead go over to UH. So I'm majoring in sports administration right now. I'm just trying to get there, man.
yeah, that's what's up. What's up?
Yeah.
You're not in college, also, huh?
Oh yeah, so I'm in a community college here, and I actually live in
Mm-hmm.
Chicago. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm about to transfer to Mizzou for sports journalism. Obviously I'm pursuing all this. I really want to become a part of the Denver media. It's kind of a dream of
Okay.
mine. I've been pushing for a few years now. Hopefully
So,
covering you on the Broncos here soon when I
yeah,
get
that'd be
a
cool.
gig writing soon for one of these companies.
So that's wild, man. That's wild that
Yeah.
y'all really doing this and y'all having, you know what I'm saying? Y'all having like some successes with
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah.
podcast, bro. So man, I
Yeah.
for sure appreciate y'all for the opportunity and I appreciate y'all for y'all work, man. Just, being at that young age and getting something going and,
Yeah.
having some success behind it. I know it's probably pretty tough to start it just like anything else, but
Yeah.
y'all in it, y'all getting some
Yeah.
players on. So man, like big kudos to y'all, bro.
Appreciate
Appreciate it,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah, obviously two 20-year-olds, all these other adults, they don't want to see us, succeeding. So
Ah,
for you
yeah.
to say that,
Yeah.
it really
Yeah,
does mean a lot,
nah,
man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It
yeah,
mean a lot, man.
y'all brought some energy, man. Y'all brought some energy, and everybody, man, just believe it or not, man, everybody loves to tell their story in some type of way,
Yeah.
So the fact that y'all mix that in with there, and then just mix in like the personality questions, and trying to figure
Mhm.
out like who's the funniest on the team, and how do you feel about this person and all that, man. That's
Yeah.
people love to talk about themselves, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I think it's pretty awesome that y'all do that, man. So just
Yeah.
keep it up.
Yeah. Appreciate it,
Yeah.
man, for real.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Appreciate the opportunity again.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to go ahead and join us here on the Broncos Avenue podcast. And guys like you, Kate, and all these guys, you're obviously making my dream come true in a sense. So I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was a joy having you on today. Make sure if you guys are listening on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe. Greatly appreciate all the support. If you guys want to continue seeing episodes with our Denver Broncos players like PJ Locke and plenty others, and even insiders and writers and plenty more special guests to come, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. That's the biggest thing you guys can do for us, and help us continue to produce these episodes for you. Always a great time doing these. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you're listening over there on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, make sure you guys go show love over there as well. Follow, leave a 5-star rating, and have notifications on so you don't miss any of these episodes of the Broncos Avenue podcast. I'm your host Amir with my co-host Jordan and today's guest PJ Locke. Until the next one, peace.
Peace out.
All right, y'all.